What is up, everyone? Tags here, aka that one guy that made a video on how to fill out the effective path sheet. We are back with episode 8 of Making Up for Lost Time. I'm in the middle of a tier 9 run right now, and I switched up the strategy again. I read the comments, and I decided to give it a try here with a twist, obviously. I did take a look at the video that JPlays did post. Instead, though, I don't have the full requirements for it. Let's go ahead and collect this perk real fast. Sure, we'll take that. I don't have the full requirements to run it because I believe I need free upgrade mastery to lock 2 or 3 things, but I am very limited right now because I can't afford the lab. So what I went ahead and did was I just went ahead and locked the workshop orbs for now. Reason being is because I could just switch to blender later, and the shockwave size is not going to matter really, so it's not a big deal if that maxes out for me. Same thing with the frequency. So I went ahead and just left it like that. And I will say though, it's been doing really well for me. If we pull up our stats real fast, we just hit 2Q on the coins. I think when I made my intro, I was at 2.1. I'm now at 2.17Q when it comes to coins earned. If you go here to our progress with tiers, I did 8, 9, and 10. I think I did 11 one time, but I only made 40 tro. But as you can see here, ever since I switched to this, I was making on average, I had one run where I made like 203 billion coins per minute at one point. And here, as you can see, I'm able to make up to like 60 trillion now doing this. And I think also because if you notice here as well, when my ultimate weapons first go off, I also was able to sync up my golden bot. If I go down here, my multiverse average is still 86 seconds, so I got the cooldown to match. And I think I might have to stick with this setup for now. Even if I do end up getting a Mythic Galaxy compressor, I'm probably going to have to stick with this for now because I think this is going to make me more coins using the Black Hole Digester. And so for that, I'm not very far in this run. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and, I know this is not like the popular thing to do, but I'm just going to go ahead and end this run early just to show a couple other things.
Oh, hell no!
Okay. And reason being was because, well, first I changed my emblem because I think the car looks cool, but I don't think that's why you guys are here. But yeah, so I switched to MSI player recently. I've heard nothing but good things about it, so now I'm giving it a try, and I think I like it better than LD player. Although I will say, just a heads up, it hasn't been the most reliable at times. Sometimes it does tend to crash occasionally compared to LD player, so when I do stream, I will probably stick with LD player just because of that, because I think there would be nothing more awkward than the MSI player crashing in the middle of a live stream. I don't think that would be a good look for me. But yeah, now that we're out the run, first thing I wanted to go to was the tournaments. We are still in Legends League, as you can see. Our last tournament, I got 355 waves. It was interesting. So I didn't do as good as my last one. I think because of Boss Ultimate. I think Boss Ultimate is terrible for me because of my setup. It's funny, I finally got an easy bracket, and even though I got less waves, I finished 12th place, which means I end up getting 4 keys, which is awesome. And as you can see here, as from my intro, I was able to buy the first unlock in the vault for the Harmony, which is just a small discount for enhancements, which is, you know, it's not a lot, but it's something for now. If I can get keys in the tournament coming up today, as I'm recording this, I would be able to unlock this here. And then I think afterwards, I want to aim for, I guess, I'm probably going to aim for the card slot. If I'm able to get this reroll discount, I'll probably go for the card slot. And then from there, I'll make my way up here to the smart demon mode, which I think would help me in tournament runs so that I don't have to time when when I have to activate the demon mode, because it'll save me from when I'm about to die, so I could do that by itself. Also, if you notice my stones here, I have 192 stones. Real quick, I am literally 2 stones from the next upgrade for the Chrono Field. Sucks, but it is what it is. I'm just gonna have to wait till next event, or I'm just gonna wait till next week, or no, until the tournament's done, and then I'll be able to upgrade it. Another news for the event. This was a rerun event. I already had these 2 things. I had the pizza skin already. I didn't buy this skin, the Illuminati. I just don't see the point. And as I was saying earlier, my golden bot range is maxed, cooldown synced up with my ultimate weapons. I put one thing into the duration for now, so it's 22 even. I eventually need to work on this lab because the duration's very low. So now I think my focus now for medals is I want to try and get the bonus up for the time being, as because before it was 3.8, and I think as soon as I got it to 4, I noticed an even bigger boost with coins. And now that my golden bot's synced, I think this would really matter a lot. So maybe I should really get this bonus up for the time being. If you go over to modules, I ended up pulling the new one, Sharp Fortitude. I ended up pulling a ton of them. Actually, I kind of went nuts with the gems on them, because now I have enough to get it to Ancestral, because I have 2 epic pluses, one here and then one here. I'm just waiting for the fodder. I think once I could get this to Legendary Plus, I could slap it onto here and then merge these 2 together, these 2 epics, and this will be Ancestral. For the last run, I was using Anti-Cube Portal. I did use the Sharp Fortitude, even though the effects are not the best. I tried so hard to re-roll a Mythic Regen effect on this, but I just can't seem to get it. It's funny, like, I did like 4 or 5 runs, and I still can't seem to re-roll it, so I stuck with the Legendary one for now. Even though I was able to get defense and wall health on here, defense percent, but the regen would really matter. But it's interesting, because with the Fortitude, my wall health is ridiculously high with it. And right now, I don't know which one is better for me. For the strategy that I use, I think both Anti-Cube and the Fortitude are both good in their own sense. I think the Fortitude is better for giving me cells, because I think I end up surviving longer with the Fortitude. But when it comes to coins, I think the Anti-Cube is giving me more coins because of how my build works. I think the Shockwave effect is helping me kill more enemies when my ultimate weapons are active, hence a higher coin average. Because when I was using the Fortitude, I think I was only getting up to like 180 billion coins per minute, whereas with ACP, I was getting like 203 at one point. But yeah, also in other news for modules, I still have a Legendary Galaxy Compressor, and so the reason why I switched my farming strategy to Orbless Free Upgrade to Max, or as I like to call it, FU to Max, because I'm using Free Upgrade Mastery to upgrade my stuff, and my whole workshop is my whole attack workshop is devoted 0. My health stuff is still the same, and my utility stuff is still the same as before. The only difference is my damage stuff is all 0 for the most part. Well, it's all 0, and the reason being is I think I'm sticking with that for now, because my Black Hole Digester's Mythic Plus, and I switched the effects, so now I have all free upgrade effects. In run, when I max out the free upgrade perk, these are all the free upgrades. They total out to about anywhere between 107 to 110%, I believe. And because the higher the free upgrade percentage, the more it'll trigger the coin bonus. And when it's over 100%, there's a chance to get a double free upgrade, which will boost the bonus even more. I think with this, my coin bonus will fluctuate at anywhere. When the coin bonus perk is maxed, all my coin perks, when I collect them, with this module, my coin bonus can fluctuate anywhere between, say, like 39 and like 60, it seems like, which is pretty awesome. And also, in terms of my module levels, Astral's now 117, my armor's 116, my ultimate weapon one is 120, and my generator now is 121. So I've been working on the levels a little bit. Now my highest level one is this now at 121. And because of that now, because I got it to 120, the shard cost is a little more now. Before it was like 1,300, now it's like, I guess it was 1,700. But since I've been working on module shard cost, it's now 1620, and the cost went from 8 to 32 billion, so that went up 4 times. And also for my multiverse nexus, I have it set up now in a way where it's more about the cooldowns, so that they activate, so that the ultimate weapons activate sooner. So I have Deathwave and Golden Tower cooldown. I still have the Deathwave quantity. I think instead of Golden Tower bonus, I want to get Spotlight Angle on here. I think that would really help for my build. Since I have 4 spotlights now, I think that would really help. But yes, I'm still debating whether I should use Anti-Cube or the Sharp Fortitude to farm with. I would really like to use the Sharp Fortitude, obviously. When I get to Ancestral, I think that'll be the real test. I think I'll probably stick with this to farm with, though, overall, because I think it's just better, probably. And yes, Astral's still 117. And also, we did pull some more modules, so I ended up getting this to Mythic, the Harness. I want to try this with Orb Devo eventually. I think this will work really well with Orb Devo with the added 11 meter range on my Golden Bot. Since it's now synced up with my multiverse, I think this will work really well together. I just got to try it to see how it works. I guess I would set the range to probably 69.5 and see how it does from there. In other news, we pulled, I think I pulled another multiverse nexus somewhere. Yes, I pulled another multiverse, so now I need one more to get it to Ancestral, because I already have an Epic Plus multiverse. One more will push that to Ancestral. I pulled a project funding. One more can help get mine to Mythic, so that I could do better in the tournaments. Other than that, we have a crap ton of fodder over here. I probably need just a couple more armor things to get it to get this one the Legendary Plus, and then I could make my Sharp Fortitude Ancestral. In other news, I want to develop this death penalty for tournaments. I just got to get the effects better on here. If I could get some better module effects, I could try using this in a tournament. It would have been good to use for the tournament coming up, because I think there's Tank Ultimate, and so having death penalty would really help for that. But I just don't think this is fully developed yet. Also, if I can get a better attack range effect, that would be cool too. I would love to have more range. I'm probably going to work on the range lab again, since it's only level 38 now. If I could, it seems like a quick lab, so I could probably get that up to level 50 in a week or so. And I believe that concludes everything for the modules. So if we go over to the labs, this is what I'm working on now. I made a commitment to myself last week or so. I said I want to get my crit factor and my damage to level 70 by next month. Well, sometime in about 3 weeks, I want to get them to level 70 by then. And then I want to finish Spotlight Missiles if I can, or get it to at least level, I don't know, 16 maybe. It's currently level 11. It's going to 12. I'm thinking about getting it somewhere between 16 and 18, and then when this is done, I'm probably going to finish. I said that I was going to finish attack speed. I was saying this to a couple others. It's only going to take me about, I think it's only going to take about, it might take about a month at 3 times speed, maybe like 25 days at 4 times speed. Maybe I should do it at 4 times speed. I don't know. And then we also are working on the daily mission shard. This is almost finished. When this is finished, I have a couple options. I could either resume module shard course, which is at level 10. This seems like a pretty long, well, not long lab, but it's a little bit longer than the others. I could do that. I think what I want to do is, honestly, because I want to do better in Legends League so that I can consistently earn keys, I want to finish Chrono Field range or get a couple levels into this. I feel like the more levels I put into this will help with my offense, with my Chrono Field. I could also try and work on EHP some more. I could also do wall rebuild a couple levels. That might help me as well with my wall in tournaments. But yeah, I could also do an EHP slot, so I could try and do like wall fortification and health maybe, or maybe wall regen again, or maybe wall thorns to 12. Something like that. Even something like wall health a little bit, maybe. And then 5th slot, I'm on the final level of Chrono Field Duration, finally. I unlocked Chrono Field about 4 months ago, and it was one of those things where I guess at the time, I didn't think it was a good choice for me because I felt like there was way better things to choose from. I had an option to choose Deathwave over it, and I chose this instead because I guess my mindset was for the tournaments and offense. And now that I got everything else in check, like my econ and all, I feel like now I can justify working on the Chrono Field since I'm in Legends League, and this will help me because right now I think some people were saying, like, if it's not 60 seconds, it's like as if you don't got it at all. And this will help me get my duration up to 60 seconds. And right now, actually, if we look at that, my duration's at 55 seconds without perk. When I want to have this in a way where when the lab is finished, it'll be at 60 seconds exactly in the workshop. And so this means that I need to do 4 more upgrades in the workshop, and then the final lab upgrade will bring me to 60 seconds. This is to ensure that in tournaments I have 100% uptime without having to rely on like a Galaxy compressor, which I guess you could say would be like a ghetto 100% uptime because you're relying on the odds of getting a recovery package to lower your cooldowns, when I'd rather be guaranteed at 60 seconds. Once this is done, I could put in another long lab, maybe like, I guess, Shatter Shards, or I could start working on missiles stuff because I'm working on Spotlight missiles. Maybe I could start doing the amplifier for the missiles, or I could get this to like level 10 maybe. But scatters, they haven't really been a big deal for me. I think later on, basically all of my damage is thorns anyway. So maybe I could do like wall thorns or something like that, or I could do some more into range maybe. I do have to do this though, so maybe I should get this out the way. This is definitely a good lab that I still have yet to do. Maybe I could do that. I could also finally do auto pick ranking, so when I AFK overnight, I don't screw myself out of coins, because I do overnight runs. And sometimes I just don't pick any perks. I get to like wave 1,000 and I just let it run overnight, or I just auto pick the perks, and because I only have 2 auto picks, it doesn't really benefit me that much. So maybe I should work on that. Golden Bot Duration's another good one. This is only level 1. Maybe I could get this up a little bit to like level 5 or 10. That would help out big time. I'm not going to touch the Golden Bot cooldown because it's already synced. Even though if I do lower it by 1 second, would that really help at all? Probably not. I could also do Super Crit Multi a level or so as well. Yeah, there's so many options. I could also resume working on reroll shards. There's so many options when the Chrono Field's finished. And I guess once we get there, we'll just... Oh yeah, I could also do a level into Shock Chance. I haven't touched this lab in months. I think it's been level 22 for the last like 4 or 5 months since I unlocked my Chain Lightning. I think I got it up to here, and I guess if you have a high attack speed, that'll offset the shock chance, I guess. But I guess getting this up 1 level or so wouldn't hurt if I have the time for it. And that's one of the issues I'm facing now, because I'm working on damage stuff like damage and critical factor. It's hard to work on EHP because I feel like I don't have any time really to work on it, because of I want to do better in tournaments. So I want to get my damage up. This would be a combo of getting my damage, my crit factor up, the level of my module, the cannon module, along with getting more relics over time for damage, things like that. And then I don't know what else I could do to increase my damage. I mean, obviously there's also damage mastery. I just don't see the point of getting any more masteries, because yes, I remember someone saying that masteries could be a trap. I kind of agree with that, but one of the reasons why I got the free upgrade mastery was because my module situation's not getting any better, and since I have a black hole digester that is my highest rarity for that category, I figured this would be my best bet when it comes to farming to make the most out of what I have. Now, if I do get a mythic G-Comp, I don't know. Would I go back to regular Orbless? Maybe? I don't know. We'll see. But there are some things I still need to test, such as doing Orb Devo with the harness. Maybe that's better. Who knows? Who knows? I might do that, and I might get like 70 trillion in one run, or 80. Who knows? I mean, that's a little exaggerated, but yeah. And then yeah, whether that or, but if I do Orb Devo, this would be better. The Sharp Fortitude, definitely for that. Also, if you do spend your gems, well, if you are looking for a module, even if you don't have the wall, I think I still recommend getting this, because it's going to make the Champion League and the Platinum League a lot more competitive. And for the people that don't have this module, I think they're going to have a harder time in those leagues. If you're running a glass cannon build, obviously this may not be the best module for you. Well, you can still farm with it, I guess, depending on what tier you farm with. But as for anyone that has wall, this is probably best in slot now for the armor module. And then a good second would be either ACP or even like negative mass projector still. So yeah, that sums up the modules. If you go to workshop, yeah, I have a devoed workshop. Everything's 0 for the damage. If we go to health, orbs are locked. The only difference is I put some into health, so health's 5560, health regen 5630. These 4 are maxed out, so defense percent, the defense absolute, thorn, and lifesteal are maxed. All these are 0 because the free upgrades, they micro them up over time in my run, little by little. Deathify and wall rebuild are maxed because I had the coins for it. Wall health is now 1100. I maxed this out in run later on, about by like wave 500 or so, or by like wave 500 or so to 1000. It's not really needed to max out early. I'm not in a rush to max this out in game, so 1100's fine. For the utilities, all these are maxed out because I'm using free upgrades. So right now, with the card equipped, my free upgrades start at like 73 to 79%. And so with the perks, they get up to well over 100%. And I've been working on my level skip, so my attack level skip is 327, health skip is 320. I'm putting more emphasis into attack level skip for this build because attack level skip will help me go further. Now when I do tournaments, when I respec, I put everything into health level skip, and I have about 322 levels or so into health level skip and 0 into that. And then I lock this for the tournaments. Enhancements, this is what I'm looking like for this build. My damage is 52, crit is 56, super crit is 57. I unlocked attack speed plus, I got that to level 10. For health, I'm using 53 for the health, 57 for regen, 55 for wall health, and we just unlocked orb size. Actually, I kind of want to put some more into that. Why not? This will help for later on in the run when I switch to the blender part of it. So what I do is, it's basically a gradual process where I run orbless as long as I can, and when my damage is maxed out, I try and juggle enemies for as long as I can. When I'm no longer to maintain a good average and my average begins to plummet, what I do is, because I'm running minimum range, what I do is I'll put in the extra orbs first, and then I'll see how that goes. Obviously, before this, I turn on my my spotlight missiles and my smart missiles, and I see from there how things go with the coin average. And then after that, I'll put in the extra orbs, and then at 30 meters, when I'm beginning to not kill the enemies quick enough anymore, and my average begins to drop again, I'll up the range to like 42.5. I'll do the same thing, and then I'll up the range to 69.5, which is maximum at level 0 in the lab. I do that for as long as I can, and then when I feel like I'm no longer able to kill the enemies quick enough to keep my average up, or if my average begins to drop again, and because the end of my run, it tends to look like an Orb Devo run. It's funny because I start to hoard enemies, not because of my lack of knockback or anything. It's just because there's too many enemies and they just swarm the tower eventually. And then when I'm about to die, at that point, or when I'm taking too much damage from my wall, then I'll turn on my chain lightning and then assess again from there. And then I will, when I'm about to die again, I'll take the 50-50 perk. I don't like to take the 50-50 perk early with this build because I think it hurts your damage. I think it's better to wait till later on in the run, like the very end, to turn it on, and that can help you go a little bit further by them. Also here, we unlocked enemy level skip plus as well. To do that, I put 50 into the cash bonus, I put 26 into the coin bonus, 23 into the cells bonus, 13 into the free upgrades. And the recovery package, I don't really need to put anything into this. I just put some in there. I mean, why not? Some extra health. Since I use wall, this doesn't really matter that much. It's not really that big of a deal. But, whatever. Also, my coins, I want to save these coins for, just like for labs and module upgrades, because I'm about to level up the cannon module soon. And, well, this one, probably not soon, because I need like 600 more shards. But since I maxed out the rare drop chance and common drop chance, I've been getting a lot more shards. And also, if you go over to Guardian, also fetch as well. Fetch has been helping me get stuff as well, such as metals and shards for my module and all. Recently, there is a website called the Module Calculator. I think on there is a effective path thing for the fetch. If you fill in the info on that, it'll give you an upgrade path for this. But I think mostly you should be getting your fine chance up to a certain number, and then you can work on the cooldown. The double fine chance is not as important right away. It's more so about the fine chance and the cooldown. But more so if I had to upgrade these, if I had to put like a priority on these, I would do the fine chance first, and then the cooldown, and then the double fine chance if I had to choose. But mostly fine chance for the most part. And then for the Guardian stuff here, I bought the Mech World background. I have the profile banner. Actually, I forgot to equip that. Let me see. Can we equip that real fast? If I go here, yes. This is what it looks like. That's pretty cool, I guess, for that. I think next, I'm just going to get Mech World menu skin for the coin bonus, and then I'll go for the Guardian skins. I have Mech Head and the fancy wires already. I already got Fetch, and so forth. So that's where I'm going to go for that. And then, I don't know, there's also respec now for the Guardians. So eventually, I'm probably going to respec my Guardians, because I put some stuff into attack and ally, and I just think these two are not very good. So I'd rather take the bits out of these ones and put them all into Fetch, because I think Fetch, well, right now it's the best Guardian, and it's good for shards and all that. I don't really use it for the coins per se. It's more so for everything else that it gathers. And now with the latest update, they fixed a bug where Fetch was not getting modules and stuff, whereas it said it was, but it actually wasn't. But they fixed that now, which is good. Also in the workshop, if we go to our ultimate weapons real fast, this is what we're looking like for right now. I think these numbers are a little bit inflated because of this event relic, Monolith, I think. I got this relic, which will increase ultimate damage by 5%, which is pretty good for that. But yeah, going back to here, I think I mentioned this before, my cooldown for the golden towers maxed out along with the black hole. So this is a 2-to-1 sync, and with these two maxed out, my downtime between ultimate weapons is about 20 seconds. I eventually, if I get my multiverse nexus to ancestral, I think I might need to wait on that until I have enough to sync my golden bot again, because I think if I get my multiverse to ancestral, that's going to lower my average by 11 seconds. I was looking at the MVN calculator on this, and I think it's going to lower from 86 to about 75. So that means that I would need to prepare to lower my golden bot cooldown by 11 seconds, which means I would need to do 1 upgrade in the lab and 3 with metals to compensate for that, which, I mean, it'll be a huge boost, obviously, but I would need to prepare for that. And then, yes, with my stones, I'm focusing on the Chrono Field Duration. I did get the speed reduction up to 60%, thanks to a couple stone packs. But yeah, I might finish the speed reduction once this is done. I don't know. Once I max out duration, well, no, once I get duration to 60, I don't know whether I have a couple options. I could either finally save up for inner landmines, which I think would really help me in the tournaments, or I could focus on spotlight angle, or I can work on other things such as GT duration, or finish the Chrono Field speed reduction, maybe work on black hole duration. I do need to get this up because the golden tower is more than 12 seconds than the black hole, so maybe I should get like a black hole duration effect or something, or maybe even a GT duration module effect would be better. Because reason being is, I think this golden tower bonus right now in game, my GT bonus is like 33 with perk, so I think an 1 times bonus is not really doing much. I don't know, maybe I can re-roll this eventually sometime, but I don't have any shards to do that, so I guess that's going to have to wait. And then after that, I guess, I don't know, I could eventually work on my chain lightning chance. Damage is fine, I don't need to touch the damage anymore. Quantity's fine as well. Smart missiles, I just don't think it's very smart to work on these at the moment. Plus, it appears there's a new sheriff in town when it comes to late game, and that's the Poison Swamp. I'm probably going to unlock that last, because I'm probably going to get inner landmines first, and then I'll get Poison Swamp. But yeah, GT bonus, I'm not going to touch this. I think it's fine where it is. Spotlight bonus, I don't need to touch this either. I put a lot into this in the past, like months ago, and I haven't touched it since. I don't think I touched the spotlight bonus in over 6 months or so. It's been a long time, so I don't see myself doing anything with that anytime soon. But yeah, that should be my plan with this. I gotta decide when the time comes, so it's either speed reduction, spotlight angle, or I could also do Death Wave cooldown. That would also help me. But as I was saying earlier, if I do this, then I gotta lower the cooldown on my golden bot. I think if I lower this is going to lower my average from 86 to 83 seconds when I was looking at the website to calculate the average for my multiverse. So maybe, I don't know, maybe I could do that as well. Yeah. Claim these gems. And yeah, so I believe that should be all for right now. Hopefully in this tournament, hopefully I do better in this one. I don't know, we'll see. But since I've been working on my damage and stuff, hopefully I could do a better job this one. But yeah, I believe that's all for right now. Thanks, guys, and I will see you all next time.